Well, can't really say good afternoon. It is an afternoon though. It is a beautiful day, at least here in West Tennessee, but we have a bit of a problem, as you may can appreciate. Yes, she is a little lame too, but the prolapse cow late in gestation. Been a couple of years since we've had one of these, and so we're probably due. I'm gonna see if I can ease her up there, get her in the barn lock, get her in the chute, and see if we can get that thing pushed back in and get her stitched up. We'll see. Well, at least she's cooperated to this point. She's not in the chute yet though. Shut this gate just to be sure if she gets past me, she can't get back out. Going on that way, girl. No, I know you may not believe it, but there is a way for you to get in that barn. Oh, this is lovely. Yeah, I don't recommend that. I don't think she quite understands what is going on back there. Okay. So, she's not just a crazy cow. She's probably not what I would consider to be the absolute gentlest one in the bunch either. Easy, girl. Whoop. There you go, turn around that way. Oh, easy with the kicking there. All right, so we're gonna start with covering this thing in some sugar to try to draw a lot of the swelling and edema out of it. I was smart and I saved an old garlic powder container. Use this. Reminds me of a story my dad tells from years ago. He was putting prolapse back in for somebody. My dad's a vet too, for the viewers that don't know. Yeah. He was helping the farmer and he said, hey, I need some sugar. I guess he wasn't very specific about how much, and the guy, I don't even know who it was, he could tell you, but, which I wouldn't, you know, call him out here on YouTube. But they came back out with like a small little cup of sugar. He's like, no, I need the whole bag. But anyway, yeah, it's just to try to help pull out some of that swelling. It's not the worst prolapse I've ever seen. So it may not take much to get this back in. Although I shouldn't say that. Not until we've got it back in. Actually went back in much easier. Yeah, she's, well, we've got about 65 days or so left in calving season, so she is due to calve really any time now. All right, so that I'd noticed this morning, of course I'm kicking myself now, I'd noticed for the last few days even that when she would lay down, you know, there's all that pressure late in gestation, she'd have just a little bit of a prolapse, nothing significant, you know, where she'd stand up, you know, it'd go right back in. This morning she was kind of like that. I thought, better keep an eye on it. Yeah, we actually just got back from the feed store and doing some other stuff, spread some fertilizer this morning. Yeah, I rode out there, and sure enough, yeah, that ain't going back on its own. So, all right, we'll put a stitch in there, or it'll hold until she gets ready to push out that baby here sometime, maybe just within the next few days. Got a nice little needle here to do this with. So we got our umbilical tape in there. There's a technique where we can do this, where that in a perfect world, and if I do it right, it'll work this way. This thing will hold in there. She won't be able to prolapse again, but when she goes into labor, she'll be able to break this stitch and go ahead and push the calf out just as normal. And we'll go on our happy way and probably sell her this fall. My steer over there is being rude. We'll sell her this fall once she gets calf weaned, assuming she does go ahead and have a normal delivery and has a live calf. We got this corrected quick enough. I feel pretty confident. Pregnancy should still be just fine. So famous last words, but I think that should stay. But yeah, the trick is you want it to stay until she goes into labor. So, all right, I'm gonna palpate her rectally one more time. Take a feel. I guess we're gonna let her out. This is actually much quicker and easier than I expected. She doesn't appear to be ready to calve like any day now. Heavy breath. Okay, don't know of anything else we can or should do for her at this point, other than just watching her close. Go on out, girl. No, you want to go forward this time. Oh, excuse you. All right. But, yeah, that's been a good cow. I hate it because, yeah, what we won't do is keep her. You may have noticed when she first stood up, she's been a little lame. She's one of about 3 cows we've got that's dealing with a lameness. You know, it's been chronic. It's not a bad foot or anything. Not sure what she did, but yeah, she'll go on the list of culls at some point. All right, it's nearly 5 o'clock now, so while I'm down here, after I get my tools cleaned up, we'll go ahead and feed these boys. But yeah, probably see y'all again tomorrow. It's Friday evening. Just worked out good. I was happy to be off today. Like I say, we got a bunch of fertilizer spread on all our pastures here at home early this morning. Had no intention of doing any filming or anything. Just gonna kind of take it easy, and yeah, so, which I guess good Lord knows He watched out for us. We're gonna have an issue like this. I'd rather me have seen it just now, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen it until tomorrow morning. It might be late tonight, but well, good morning. About to find out just exactly how good of a morning. Walk down here. Cow just stood up there as our prolapse. To be in pretty good shape. But I don't know. No, we're not in great shape. So it's not a great morning. All right, golly. Okay, well, we got everybody fed except putting out just a little feed for these gals out here on pasture. So we'll, yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have kept her up, watched her for 24 hours. Well, it wouldn't at least have to catch her again, because it looks like I can just push that back in real quick and easy, and maybe need to adjust the stitch, obviously. Didn't have it in there placed quite as well as I thought, but really don't have any place to keep her up, especially not, we've got such a makeshift setup on everything. We've got the steers in there that are getting fed out to finish. They're essentially where she should be, which, because I'm sitting here thinking, no, I could have easily closed one of those pins off and she could have stayed up, but I didn't, and now I'm gonna have to see if I can catch her again. And to add to all the excitement, we're expecting like severe weather here just within the next couple of hours, I think. But who knows about that, because as you can probably tell, it didn't rain overnight and it was supposed to. Now the real super nasty weather they've been kind of warning us about all week is for later today. So my expectation is we are gonna get some rain. I need it to rain. Heck, I spread about $2,500 worth of fertilizer yesterday. I need to get that in the ground, but yeah, I don't necessarily want it to storm. So we ran up the road, fed those calves up there, come back, check on this cow. It's actually, and she's walking off there, gotten away from us. The vaginal prolapse has remained reduced. Now she's trying to have a small or a mild rectal prolapse. Now, especially when she lays down. Actually, once she stood up, it's trying to go back. I don't know. Called my dad. He's gonna call me back. Yeah, have to ask an expert, somebody who's dealt with this kind of thing more than I have. Thankfully, we haven't dealt with it, but yeah, she's not in any kind of distress or bad situation right now. As you can probably appreciate, it is not gonna be a pretty day around here today. Expecting some nasty storms, actually a pretty nasty squall line bearing down on us as we speak. That's why I hurried up, ran up the road and took care of those calves. Yeah, I think she's fine for right now. I'd actually thought about going to a heifer sale this morning, which is just now a few minutes after 8. If I'm going, I need to leave by about 9:30, but I don't know. I know the heifers are gonna sell high, but I know we're gonna need to buy some heifers. You know, I thought maybe buying some young bred cows out of the sale barn, which is risky. These heifers, you know, a little bit compared to apples to oranges, where these have, you know, had everything, you know exactly what's been done for them, and for that reason, they're gonna bring top dollar. But hey, I love just going to a good auction too, seeing people and just seeing what they bring. But yeah, it's about 2 hours away, so it's kind of just like, if I'm going, I really need to take the trailer and all, because last thing I want to do is drive 2 hours there, 2 hours back, get the trailer, 2 hours there and 2 hours back again, and there's probably somebody there you could get to haul them for you, maybe. But if I get up there, I also don't want to drag a trailer all the way up there and then, you know, everything's just so high or just not what we're looking for and don't end up buying it. But I don't know. Gun to my head right now, I'd say I'm probably not going. And I kind of thought yesterday, I was like, you know what, it might ought to be a good idea to go if it's gonna be nasty weather, because there might not be you know, it may keep a lot of people away and they may not bring as much money as they should, but I don't know, I guess that might be true. It's gonna keep possibly this buyer right here away. Well, the storm blew through. Let's see how much rain we got. We topped an inch. Gonna be just a hair over an inch. I think there's still some, right? Might get some more, but 1.18, might as well call it 1.2. All right, my basketball team, the Vols, just punched their ticket to the SEC Tournament Championship game tomorrow. It's been a good day. Yeah, we decided not to go to the heifer sale. It was just, I mean, I don't know. I would have liked to have potentially bought a few. I think they were selling them in lots of 3, may have been a lot or 2 of 2. But yeah, 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive home. You're probably there for a couple hours for the sale. It would have blown our whole day. And yeah, I'm sure they would not have been even remotely close to cheap, unless the weather kept a bunch of people away like it did me. And really the big factor that kept me going was the storm was hitting, like we were in the worst of it right as I would have been needing to hook up the trailer and get out of here. Hailing, didn't hail like major. We had like, I don't know, maybe dime-sized hail. All right, so what are we doing? Yeah. Do we have an orphan calf? Not really, but we're gonna ride out here, kind of explain to you what we got going on, and I need to check on that cow. Did talk to my dad, and of course, which he pointed out kind of what we already figured. It's just from her straining with the vaginal prolapse. She's pushing out that little bit of a rectal prolapse. I do see she's laying off by herself. It's probably not a great sign, but we'll ride out here and assess that situation. Now that we didn't go anywhere, we've got the rest of the afternoon. It's only 3 o'clock to get her up and push it back in. If I do get her back up, I am going to leave her up because, you know, if we do need to run her in the chute anymore in the future, at least then we won't have to gather her up out of the pasture. So what are we bottle feeding? Well, this little heifer right here, not an orphan, and now she's going to run away from me. I actually got a bottle in her. I only mixed up a half a bottle yesterday. I did about 2/3 of one today. Well, I might not be able to catch her, but her mom is our oldest cow out here. She's had kind of a chronic lameness. She's not making a lot of milk. She doesn't spend a lot. She spends most of her day lying down, which, you know, limits the calf's ability or opportunities to nurse. She's not making a lot of milk because, well, she's not really eating real well because she never comes up to the feed bunk. She's not in great shape. This will be her last calf for us. But I kind of thought, you know, calf isn't going to starve to death. The calf is tiny. It's never going to grow if we don't supplement it a little. But if the calf won't let me catch it, it's not going to get the bottle, and we're not going to be helping it any. So, yeah, yesterday I walked right up and got my hands on her pretty easy, and she ended up taking a bottle pretty good too. And of course, then wanted to chase me around, wanting more. But yeah, just being the second day, she hasn't really figured this out, and she may not. So we'll see if we can get close enough to get our hands on her and give her a bottle. Okay, so we got her caught. Yesterday, once I got her going, she sucked it down pretty good. We'll see if I can accomplish the same right here. Well, once you get a good taste, you can realize what I'm doing. I've tried to do this one time in the past with a similar situation. And I kind of had similar results where just had trouble getting the calf to consistently take it. And that calf ended up doing fine. Just, of course, didn't grow near as good as it should have because mom wasn't great. Now we're cooking. If we can ever get her trained to it, you know, it should be a situation where when she hears us coming, she's going to come running to us because, hey, we all like to eat. So I feel like if we just work with her over these next few days, then if I can even get it to the point where kids get home from school during the week and have them mix up a bottle. So we'll probably never give her more than 1 bottle a day just because she is still getting fed by mom too. And two, once they figure it out and they really get to going, they'll suck a bottle down in about 30 seconds. Even though it's probably gonna take a good 5 or 10 minutes here today. Getting it now. Uh-oh, I mess you up by scratching you. Yep, and this thin red Hereford cow, that's that calf's mom, so she's still up on her feet, eating, just not in the best condition to be trying to raise a calf. So now it's starting to rain. Our prolapse cow, I am going to need to at least push that rectal prolapse back in. So yeah, because I kind of stupidly didn't just go ahead and leave her pinned up yesterday, we're going to have to see if we can get her back in the barn. So see if we can do that before it comes another downpour. Well, another good morning to you, but not a great morning. What have you jerks done over here? These cheap plastic parts on some of this stuff. Looks like the threads are just ruined on it. I just put this float valve in. Yeah, some of y'all probably told me like 2 weeks ago. Good grief. They don't make anything like they used to. I do like these with that anti-siphon because it gives me room. Whatever. All right, we're gonna fix that. I'm not gonna worry about that first thing. We'll just get them some corn. But yeah, we're gonna get things fed this morning. It's Sunday. Not a beautiful day today. Since that storm front moved through yesterday, it's been cloudy and a lot cooler. Wind's still blowing. Need to check on everybody. Cow with the prolapse. Oh yeah, my update was I couldn't catch her yesterday, and I got very frustrated and mad. But she just was not having none of it. So yeah, I may have told her that I would be fine with her just dying if she's not going to help me. I maybe didn't, but yeah. I know they don't understand, but it's so frustrating when you're just trying to help them and they fight you tooth and nail. So we let her go. She was actually in pretty decent shape, but we'll check her again here in a minute. In fact, if I quit talking, I'll get these animals fed and we'll go out there and do that. Okay, I believe this is probably where we're gonna leave this cow. She's weak, she's not in good shape. At this point, I doubt she makes it. She did allow me, just because she's right here and she's just refusing to move, I did push everything back in. You can see she's got a lot of swelling there around the vulva, but the vaginal prolapse has remained back in place where we put it. She pushed out that rectal prolapse. Yeah, when she just shut down, she just sold up right here and quit. We pushed it back in. But I don't know, especially as weak as she's acting, I don't like this one bit. I've already done entirely too much cussing for a Sunday morning. But yeah, she just, I mean, the fact we're in this situation, you know, I don't know. I try not to blame it on her. I mean, it is her fault that she prolapsed. Ain't nobody's fault but hers. Her anatomy, you know, put her in that situation. First thing my dad said was like, "That's because you got that ear in them," which she is about a quarter Brahman. But anyway, I don't know. Y'all have to check back with me the next time. Like I said, it's Sunday. I had every intention of getting her on up the hill and in the barn where we could watch her. But yeah, like I say, I'm just done with it. It ain't worth it at this point. I think it'd be a miracle if she has the calf and lives anyway. And yeah, she's just, if she'd help me help her, I'd feel a lot more, you know, sympathy for her. But it's animals being animals. So y'all check back this next time. Now these other cows are bothering her. I know people are going to be irritated. Oh, you should help her more. Like, yeah. It's, I don't know what to say. But anyway, I'm frustrated. We're gonna end the video there. We're gonna eat some T-bones tonight. Yeah. And yeah, we'll check back with y'all next time. We'll give y'all an update. Like I say, I imagine it's not gonna be a good one on her. But y'all eat beef and God bless.